Hey guys, it's TRIZE here, back with Automation the car company Tycoon game, and what you're seeing right now is one of my latest builds. It's literally called the Gas Saver 2000. This ultra hyper miler is just like the other record-breaking MPG cars like everyone else uses, but this breaks a record. With nearly 2,000 miles per gallon from a wannabe Jaguar E-Type body, it blows my previous records off the map and any others that exist as of right now, whether if it's a vanilla or modded car body. Anyways, I'll explain the details of this car throughout this portion of the video. It has a lap time of 5 minutes, 40 seconds, 44 milliseconds at the quote-unquote Top Gear test track, 9 minutes, 21 seconds, 80 milliseconds at the automation track, and has a top speed of 18.5 miles per hour. This vehicle uses a microscopic 203cc inline-3 engine that produces 6.2 horsepower and 16.4 pounds-feet of torque. It has a fuel efficiency rating of 1,960.4 miles per gallon and weighs 483.6 pounds, which equals to 219.3 kilograms. And now, let's go over the specs of this vehicle. In terms of how I made the Gas Saver 2000, the panel material we made out of carbon fiber with a monocoque chassis also made out of carbon fiber. With a rear longitudinal engine placement, and the front suspension uses a pushrod suspension, and the rear suspension uses a McPherson strut suspension setup with the quality, of course, at a plus 15 for virtually everything, in order to reduce weight and of course improve the MPG of this vehicle. For the engine, I just like how small this is, this green-ass engine. So we got ourselves an inline-3 engine made out of magnesium, with the bore and stroke set evenly to 50 millimeters each to get the engine size to 295 cubic centimeters for the family capacity, with a dual overhead cam 5-valve made out of aluminum silicone. For the balance shaft, we're not using so, as using one will of course reduce the fuel economy or fuel efficiency and the fuel economy, as you see right here. From the year of 1927 to the year of 1957 and the greatest year of 1964 at the month of April. Using one will reduce the MPG, while having it at none, we'll keep it at the highest of right here. And going forward for the internals, we got ourselves a build steel crankshaft with lightweight titanium cowl rods and low friction cast pistons to significantly increase the MPG of the engine and this vehicle too. For the variant capacity, I did drop this down to the lowest of a 45 millimeters and the stroke at 42.5 millimeters to get the true engine size to 203 cubic centimeters. For the compression, it is set at an extreme level of a 15.0 to 1 ratio, with the cam profile set all the way down almost to a 4, and the springs and lifter set it down all the way to a soft 0. Yes, a 0, with VVT at all cams. For the fuel system, we're using a direct injection single throttle setup with a variable intake running on ethanol fuel, with the fuel mixture set to the leanest as possible of a 15.0, the ditch timing maxed out all the way to 100, and the RPM was set to the lowest of 2000 RPM. For the headers, well, take a look at the frickin' curvature of the exhaust here. Well, we're using some long tubular headers with a single exhaust, with the exhaust diameter set to 19 millimeters, which equals to 3/4 of an inch. With no cats, no mufflers, and brought that quality up to finish off the engine. And real briefly, give you here of this right now. Just like any other 2000 RPM vehicle. Sounds horrible, but it's great on gas. For the drive type of this vehicle, we're using a rear-wheel drive setup with a manual 4-speed, but the top speed set to 18.9 miles per hour. What's kind of funny, at the lowest setting, whether you set it to an 18.7 or an 18.9, this doesn't update the stats whatsoever, including the top speed of this vehicle too, which I kind of find it to be interesting. And of course, if you were to increase the top speed, well, unfortunately, boom, fine boom, 558.1 miles per gallon. I just like how the MPG counter in this game is so broken. We'll probably get like a much different result in BeamNG.drive later on in the video. For the tires, at least they're legitimate, so we're using a hard long life tires with radial setup with the front and rear tire width each set to 135 millimeters. We already got some 17-inch carbon fiber rims. For the brakes in this vehicle, we're both using carbon ceramic brakes, a one piston with its size set each to 160 millimeters. The front and rear brake force set to 50% with a full-blown comfort race pad type brakes right here. Well, at least this vehicle doesn't drive that fast. Well, who even cares about that? So under tray, well, as you can see here, no under tray, but assuming we got one, we got ourselves a full optimized under tray with no airflow for the cooling in the engine, including the brakes too. And for the interior of this vehicle, well, as you see here, no interior whatsoever due to the placement of the chassis right here and this big ass hole right here. So assuming we do got an interior, we got some 2 reduced size seats up in here with a basic interior and no entertainment whatsoever. For the safety and everything, we got no power steering, no traction aids, and no safety whatsoever. And last but not least, with the suspension of the vehicle, everything basic. Standard springs, twin tube dampers, passive sway bars, running on a normal preset with the sway bars fully removed. Despite having a lot of problems with this vehicle, such as having strong oversteer, low engine cooling, quality sliders, short gearing, high ride height frequency, dampers speaking too hard, engine being underpowered, front camber issues, low rear tire profile, using wide tires, and clearance issues, let's go on over to BeamNG.drive and see how this slow-ass vehicle performs. So here we are at the map of Spall Island, USA, and taking a brief look at this vehicle. Well, compared to this vehicle and my last one, my last record-breaking hypermiler, that the vehicle was literally called #IBeatFilmin86 during the time of the Filmin86 twin turbos rivalry of getting the most MPG. Well, with this vehicle, it kind of resembles what the Jaguar E-body type looks like, including the fixtures and styling of the vehicle. And compared to my last one, I did add a reverse light right here that does fortunately work. And elsewhere about the vehicle, well, unfortunately it's lost its chrome, which kind of sucks. And with the front of the vehicle, I did retain the E-Type type of look, but instead I put a frickin' Dodge type of front grille on here with the front bumper taking most of its place here. It's a Dodge freaking rebadge. That's all I gotta say with this vehicle compared to the other one. So right now, let's take a drive with this vehicle and see how this performs. Well, I gotta go into gear and second gear, third gear, fourth gear, and we're maxed out. So what I got right now is a waypoint on my way to a time trial, which is Big Stage 1. We're gonna do a short time trial. Unlike my last video with the #IBeatFilmin86 car, I did a time trial at the Avis track, the 1950s Formula 1 track during its infancy at a German highway. And it was like a 6-7 minute run at a time trial run doing a couple laps. And it was like boring, like flat out boring, and I regret going on that track with a slow vehicle, something like this. So according to the MPG counters you see above the airspeed, we're going at an MPG rating of around 89.6 miles per gallon, approaching 90 right now, above 90. Max out on the throttle, we're about to go to 91, so we're nowhere near the 1,960 mile per gallon mark. That sucks. I knew it'd be different in BeamNG compared to Automation, because, well, Automation, their MPG counter at like low RPM engines like kind of like this is just flat out broken. Watch probably in the future, once the game becomes fully released or whatever, they'll probably patch it or something. And over rev risk, 21 miles per hour. And we're auto steering to the left. Did our tires out of alignment or something? I didn't hit nothing. So anyways, while we're driving out here, I'll take you up to the start of the time trial trigger marker and give you final results of the MPG counter. And, oh, right here, so screw it. So our MPG we got is 93.6 miles per gallon. It put it to 93.7 and it's counting up, so screw it. 93.6 miles per gallon, and we stopped at a dime. So for a time trial run, let's do in a reverse mode up in here with this here vehicle at this here course. So take it to the start of the time trial run right now. We got a nuclear explosion. What just happened? There goes our rear tires. How are the other tires? All our rear tires. Hold on. Are we able to do a time trial or no? What if I just go? Oh yeah, it's rear drive, so oof. Well, let's find a time trial that does work, either on this map or some other map. Alright, tires didn't pop here, so that's good. So here we are at the modded map of the Nürburgring with the PBR update, the newest version made by Kirby Guy. So we're going to be doing one lap of the GP short circuit of this portion of the Nürburgring. What the hell is that? Sounds like a tire is trying to give up on life, so let's hurry up right here. So 3, 2, 1, go. And I don't even have the MPG counter, so real quickly, let's put it on while we're driving. So UI apps, pencil, add, MPG here, and where is it? Right here. So put her on up above the Geforce counter as so, right there, check mark, escape, and I said escape, done. 99 miles per gallon. That's great. So no matter what, the vehicle is just pulling to the left, as you see here, even if I accelerate, decelerate. Are you kidding me? I kind of have a bad feeling this is going to be like the Avis track, how I was like doing this for like 5 or 6 minutes doing a single time trial run. I think it's going to be like that, despite being a, what, a 3-kilometer track or something? So it's a 3,629 meter track, so a 3.6 kilometer track. Yeah, that's like a little over 2 miles. So we're going to be here for a while. Coming into our first checkpoint, do we have a time? Yes, we do. A 1 minute, 54 seconds, 620 milliseconds. God damn, man. I'm really tempting to use this wind app to really speed things up, but I don't really want to cheat out here, so we're going to do this all naturally and see what a time is like. I regret doing this. I might as well in the future just not do time trials for slow vehicles like these. Like, if it's a vehicle that's this slow, do like the mini village loop at Italy or a drag race or something. Do the world's slowest snail pace, tortoise, whatever type of drag race and go from there. Because our top speed, regardless, is 19 miles per hour according to the airspeed. So why be on this track if we're gonna be this slow? And let's check out this wannabe sick-ass right turn of a hairpin. So what is the second checkpoint time? 1 minute, 19 seconds, 17 milliseconds of a total time of 3 minutes, 13 seconds, 637. I don't know how many more checkpoints there are to go. I'm guessing maybe a 6 or something. So it could be a 7-minute run, I believe. I was gonna say 7 minutes, 20 seconds is gonna be the final time of this time trial, I think. I mean, it all depends on where this checkpoint is going. So what do we got here? We got this checkpoint and then this way up ahead. And I believe the final corner that comes in. Yeah, right here. And then the start and finish line right here. So a few more checkpoints to go. So off track. I don't care. Get back on track. Continue this on. So we're literally, like, after triggering this one, so we got 2 more checkpoints to go after triggering this one. So this is checkpoint number 4, that should be checkpoint number 5, and checkpoint number 6 is the start and finish line. So what do we got for the third checkpoint? A 1 minute, 16 seconds, 949 milliseconds. Yeah, this is probably gonna be a 7-minute time, I believe. So we're gonna ignore this chicane and just do this sweeping ass bend. Checkpoint 4, 1 minute, 33 seconds, 914 milliseconds. Wow. So we're at a 6 minutes, 4 seconds, 499 milliseconds. So that right there in blue is the start and finish line. So I'm certain that a 7-minute, 20-second time will be our final lap time at this here time trial with this here portion of the track, which is probably my guess, seeing that we're getting like a minute 20, a minute 30 seconds per checkpoint. So let's find out coming up right here. Here we go. A final lap time of a 7 minutes, 10 seconds, 934 milliseconds, which that split time was a 1 minute, 6 seconds, 435 milliseconds. So, that was pretty close. I said a 720, we got a 710, so close enough. And we're all at it. Bring out the wind map and JADO the bitch. It's prepared to JADO the bitch, so wind app, go to the top rightish portion of the screen, and did it go? Oh, yes it did. So, go to the back, and JADO. Over rev risk, valve train damage. Engine goes nuke. So let's just crash up ahead. Everything as is. And shut down the wind. And we're through the fence. And here is the results of this vehicle. Engine starved of oil. Oh, engine starved of oil. We killed the engine as so. So taking a look at the after destruction of the vehicle. Well, this vehicle pretty much crumbled up like a piece of paper. So Mr. Ambulance, could you come save my life here or something? So with this here vehicle, a complete mess up in here. Looking towards the right of the vehicle, you got the front of the vehicle, which it should be like that in real life. So Mr. Ambulance, could you come take me? Alright, good. Now the ambulance will just do whatever it wants to. So for final part of the video, let's take on over to the leap of death where this vehicle should really prosper because, well, it's slow and, well, slow vehicles deserve that type of vehicular suffering death. So take it there right now. So here we are at the top of the leap of death. So let's accelerate, second gear to a third gear to a fourth gear and... Rail valve train damage, roll rev damage, engine torque reduced. Barely. We didn't even break the engine, so 7 miles an hour, engine is off. Is the engine destroyed? So here goes damage already. I'm giving it gas, it's not working, so tire deflated. Engine still trying to start up, so unfortunately, it's just gonna be dead as is. I thought that impact, well, that impact too, I thought that would kill the vehicle, so unfortunately it didn't. So, how about right here, right here? No, missed. That there did, so it's still starting up. We're gonna go splash right out here, so go ready. 3, 2, 1, splash. Engine flooding with water, well, shut off because, well, it's not gonna work. So, god damn, there's a big gap up in here. You seen that? Look at that. Look at the gap of the frickin' engine bay and right here. So let's F7 it on some flat, dry land right here and take a look at the aftermath destruction of the vehicle. So first things first, let's get this upright, and can it still start up? Engine drying from water. Engine dried up. It's not gonna work. So looking at the aftermath destruction vehicle, we got some big time twisted metal up in here regardless of what you're looking at. So we got the engine completely exposed looking at the back end, and some loose polygons all over the place that I believe, is this a suspension pointing upward like it's a freaking lance or something, or a miniaturized antenna? Damn, the military should invest something like that. And looking towards the front, oh my god. So look at the sides, this pretty much seems innocent enough with this kind of curvature, the bangness of the vehicle, and looking towards the front, it just got like twisted to the point where you're like twisting something and you want to break this off into two almost. My god. Alright, last part of the video, I'm going to use the wind app to really jadle this car off the ramp here and see if we can aim this at the ocean or the pond down below. So we accelerate, get ready to get to the bottom to jump, and then get ready to jadle the bitch. So, jadle now. Okay, we're going to jadle right now, 470 miles an hour. Good enough, so get ready to reduce the wind speed to 0, right, let's just aim it right about now. 280 miles per hour, really descending, so no, screw it, we're gonna go to the crater. So we're gonna go in the crater or the pond. We're gonna miss all that, so it's going to slow things down. Go to 4 times, stop, camera as is at 60 times slow-mo, hide the UI, go. Damn, son, really smashes your vehicle, about flattened it or something, so wind at 0, so full time. Yeah, this thing really flattened up in here. And it's still flattened up. And still flattened up. And oh my god. Take a look at the vehicle. Completely flat up in here. We're still going at 40.5 miles per gallon. What if we click on this? It's showing a little quick button here. Oh, resets. That's interesting. So taking a brief look at this vehicle, well, there's really nothing to explain. I mean, you got the engine right here, you got the vehicle right here, all right here, just completely flat like it's a one-dimensional plane or something. Like you're viewing this in like a freaking graph or something. Like you're viewing a car on a graph. Just completely flattened out up in here on the freaking X-axis, not the Y-axis or the Z-axis. It's just hella flat, and that's about it with this vehicle. So that'll do it with automation and BeamNG.drive with the Gas Saver 2000. While the vehicle showed 1,960 miles per gallon in automation, we got a much different result in BeamNG. With the MPG counter, we got a result of less than 100 miles per gallon, which is about 5% compared to automation's results. Anyways, this vehicle did achieve the most fuel economy in a vanilla body as a version 4.2.4 of automation. And that's all I gotta say. And for those who are interested in this type of content, please be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any videos like this in the future. And also, check out my social media down in the description below. So this is TRIZE Racing Up, and signing out.